Imagine coming to school every day with something super important to you and being told you can't use it at all. That's basically what happens with phones. Phones aren't just used for texting and scrolling anymore. We use them as calculators, calendars, cameras, and even for school stuff. Some classes even use apps or online tools that are easier to access on a phone, but somehow a lot of schools still completely ban them. Honestly, this is something everyone has an opinion on. Students, teachers, parents, let's be real. It's really tempting to use your phone to text a friend, check your schedule, or just see what's going on, especially during downtime at school. As a student, I see this every single day. Phones can actually help us if we use them the right way. I also looked into research that shows technology can support learning, help students stay organized, and even improve the management skills. So instead of strict punishments for using phones, schools should allow them with some simple rules. And when I talk about that banning phones doesn't really work, what a better solution could actually look like, and what making this change could actually help students. So, why should students rethink their phone rules? And why do we need change? Phones are labeled as distractions, and yeah, sometimes they are, but they can also be really useful for learning and staying organized. Still, a lot of schools just ban them completely instead of teaching students how to use them responsibly. Most of us already use our phones every day for reminders, schedules, messaging, and even quick research. Honestly, it's kind of frustrating to finish your work early and just sit there doing nothing while your phone is stuck in your backpack. That downtime could actually be used productively. According to Pew Research, most students use smartphones every day to get information and communicate, so it makes sense to include them in school life. When schools ban phones completely, they ignore all the helpful things they could do. Plus, they're blocking us from using tools we're definitely going to need in later life, like managing schedules and accessing information quickly. Students use phones for calculators, alarms, notes, and even educational apps that support learning. It can feel annoying when something that actually helps you is treated like only a problem instead of a part of a solution. Research also shows that when technology is used the right way, it can improve focus, engagement, and even participation in class. Millions of students go to school with phone bans. This isn't just a small issue, it's a huge issue happening everywhere. These rules can make it harder for students who already struggle with staying organized or remembering assignments. Personally, I think schools should prepare us for real life, and phones are a huge part of real life, whether it's in college or future jobs. Let's be honest, almost everyone has a phone, so this affects basically everyone on a daily basis. Strict phone bans take away useful tools, frustrate students, and don't really prepare us for the future. So, what's a better option? And here's the solution. Students should be allowed to use their phones at lunch, during passing periods, or for classwork when the teacher says it's okay, and after finishing their work. This creates a balance between responsibility and freedom. This gives students some independence, but it also keeps structure in place so phones don't become a constant distraction. Some students already do this. Some schools already do this, and it's been successful. When students are trusted, they actually act more independently and responsible because they know expectations are clear. Phones would still need to be off and put away during class unless a teacher allows them or they're done with their work. This keeps learning the priority. Some simple plans for this actions is have clear phone rules so everyone understands expectations. Allow during lunch and breaks. Allow after work is finished. Keep phones on silent to avoid interruptions. Let teachers approve phones for learning activities. And have responsible consequences if rules are broken. Schools already have rules for things like being late or behavior, so adding phone rules isn't that different. It's just adapting policies for today's world. Teachers in schools with these kinds of rules say students are adjust pretty quickly and understand when it's appropriate to use their phones. Clear expectations mean less confusion and fewer arguments and more consistency. Honestly, if students know they'll get phone time, they might actually work harder and stay focused and finish their assignments sooner. Letting students use their phone with rules is fair, realistic, and actually works in real school settings. Now let's look if schools change or don't change these rules. If schools keep banning phones, students are probably just going to keep sneaking them away, which creates more discipline issues instead of solving them. Plus, they miss out on using phones in helpful and productive ways. Students who finish early might get bored, lose focus, or distract others, which can impact the classroom's environment. And again, school is supposed to prepare us for real life, and phones are a big part of everyday life now. If phones are allowed, students can actually use them for helpful things like calendars, reminders, calculators, research apps, and even communication when needed. Students might feel motivated to finish their work if they know they'll get to use their phones afterwards. Teachers can also use phones as a lesson and tools, making learning more interactive and relevant. Overall, students can become more responsible, learn self control, and be better for preparing for college and future jobs when technology is used every single day. So, today, we talked about why school phone rules should probably change. First, banning phones completely takes away useful tools and opportunities. Second, allowing phones with rules is a better and more realistic solution. Third, this change could lead to more responsible, motivated, and prepared students. Fair phone rules really can benefit everyone students, teachers, parents by creating a more balanced and realistic learning environment. Phones are already a huge part of our lives. Instead of banning them, we should learn how to use them responsibly. It's time for schools to update the rules and move forward in a smarter and more practical way. Thank you.